Greetings. This is from my center of the world. Because I call it my center of the world because that's what's for me. And I've had a few drinks. Of course, I've only had two, but I've had strong drinks. So, but it was only beer. I thought I'd put this is Wizard Quai. I thought I'd put a video on here, and then all my nonsense things on the side pop up, but I don't think they'll be shown, so I'll just leave them there and ignore them. They weren't on there until I got on here. And this is a fight. This is a fighting world. You got to put up a good battle, and you got to know how to fight. I had a guy from the Air Force. I went to the post office and it said Air Force veteran on his hat, I guess. It said Air Force something. And he says, you need to shave. And I says, what, you don't like beards? He says, no, I don't have one. And he says, you got a pop belly. You got a fat belly. You eat too much. And he says, I don't have one of those. And I said, have a good day, and went into the post office. I think he's used to fighting in battles. He's not used to fighting in regular, he's not used to fighting over here and how to get along. So I have to question that. But I'm not against the military, and I'm not against the military people. There's just some of them that are not quite all there, and they just don't know how to. They know how to fight a battle, but they don't know how to fight and get by in this world. So I'll give a little bit of an update here, and then I'll review some of the things I think that are going on around the situation of the world, the battlefield against communism and freedom. Because if communism takes over, we're not going to have any freedom. It's always a delight to have all your freebies and your good things and get them all for free. Oh, wow, I got a good trip here. I get it all for free. I have a wonderful time. Wow. But you're really suffering because after you get all that money, you got nothing to fucking do with it. You spend it all and then you don't have enough left to do with it. They only give you enough to get by. And so you're stuck on the goddamn system. And then you have to fight in this world to get by anyway. But if you get into their system of giveaway products, like Social Security, Medicare, a whole bunch of other giveaway products, they've all got little lines on them that are read in there that say, this is the exception. You got to do this, or you can't do this, or you got to do this, or you can't do this. Wow, that's just delightful. Nobody ever sees those. They just think of their freebies. Well, I don't want those. I don't want my limitations to keep me down here. So I got off Social Security. I got off disability. And I figured I'd work. And if you want anything, you got to work your ass off for it. You got to fight harder than you fight it for the rest of your life. And if you was on disability and on their programs, you got to fight 50% harder to get off their fucking programs. Wow, this is a delight. Wow. I shouldn't be making a video under the influence of 2 beers. Wow, maybe not, but I'll do it anyway. And I've paid for the garden plot. I'm going to put it in the garden this year. I'll get over there sometime for my free times between working 3 jobs and slaving away. but I do like the people at work, and so I socialize there. It's better than sitting at home and socializing nowhere. Wow, we sit at home all day. Or we go out in the parking lot and smoke our cigarettes. And we just roam around, but there's nothing we can do. But we complain because nobody will give us enough money so we can do the things we want to do. Wow, they'll never give you enough money so that you can do the things you do. You have to earn, you have to fight for it. You have to go out there and take over your race and fight for it. Nothing's free, there's no free lunch. Wow, this is the way it is. And I'm just telling you the way it is. You get on those programs and you'll find you're stuck in them. You're enslaved. You're under slavery. You're not under freedom. Make your free choices and decide what you want to do and do it. Don't let them tell you can't. Don't let them say, well, just like the medical doctors, they got their own philosophy so they can keep people stuck in their system. So they have to go to them and pay and so they can collect more money. And they say, whoa, you're not going to stay healthy. You're going to die in 5 months. Wow! You do a little research and you find you'll live 5 or 10 years longer. Wow! Ain't that great? Ooh. Don't be offended by my enthusiasms. I'm usually pretty mild, but I've had 2 beers, so wow. But I'm not driving on 2 beers. And I don't drink a hell of a lot, but I do drink a few things. I drink that stuff from beer called Jägermeister. I like that a lot. It's got about, I think it's around 64 herbs in it, so that's why I drink it, for the herbs. The fermented herbs are probably really good for you. And I believe in fermented foods, and I like fermented foods and think they're really good for you. And I believe in power of probiotics and its messages that it can send out there. I believe in hypnosis. I believe that I don't trust hypnosis, but I trust self-hypnosis. To be what you want to be, to do what you want to do, and to hypnotize yourself to accomplish and believe in what you believe in. If you really believe in it, then you will accomplish it. And that is the way it is in this world. There's a lot of people that will tell you you can't. You're never going to make it. Your daughter, you got 5 months to live. You're never going to live long enough to make it. Oh, that's what the doctors say. They'll keep you in their system. So then you run around complaining about your health to all your friends. You tell them, wow, my health is terrible. And you tell them every story about my bad health. And you're not living your life. You're just fucking worried about your health all the time. That's another enslavement. So trust your fucking doctors. They'll send you to hell real fast, to the grave in Hades, buried away down there in a coffin or whatever, rotting away for your life. Live your life while you're alive. I'm not a Christian, but I believe in the Christian ethic. I was raised in Christianity, but I went to some churches that were against the mainstream of Christianity, that were taught a little bit different on the Christianity line of things. So I have that belief. I don't believe there's any special day. I believe that that's a man telling you that. And he's saying God, and he's saying all the rules, and he's telling you all the things you should do, and he's telling you all that, and he's telling you that if you don't follow him and you don't do his rules, which he's claiming it's God saying that, then you're damned. Well, I don't think so. I think there's a life force out there so fucking powerful that you can't touch it. And it sends life forces into you once you're connected with it. And that life force doesn't necessarily look like a human being. Even the Christians say that it didn't look like a human being. He says he took on the form of a human being. He didn't say he was a human being or he looked like a human being. It says he took on the form of a human being when he come to the earth, because that's what he looked like when he come to the earth, so he could be accepted by them. But what he looks like is up to him. It's his decision. And what kind of force he is out there in the universe is his decision. And he's the more powerful one. So there is a higher power. And you should look up to it and trust it. And all this stuff about religions, even in history, where religions tried to take control of the people, and the kings tried to get them control of the people through the religion, to tell them certain things, to keep them down. It's all about control. They want to control you. They want to take away your unique ability to be you and your powers to go on your way. It's a threat to them. They just want to have their glory, and they don't want you to have your glory. And that's what it's all about. I'm not a Muslim. I don't believe in Muslimism, and I don't believe in throwing gays off in buildings. If they want to be gay, it's their right. I'm not saying that it's right, and I'm not believing saying it's right that I'm not gay, even though I'm single. I just know I don't want to live an independent life where I can live the way I want to live, not be told by some woman what to do. And lots of times the women are really bossy, and they try to boss you around and tell you how to live your life, and you have to sacrifice a lot for that. I'd rather sacrifice a lot for other things and live my life the way I want to live. And that's where I stand. And I haven't said this in the past, but that's where I stand on it. And it's a big fight, and I will win. I will win because I have the knowledge and the challenges, and I will put the effort in it to fight and get through all those battles, and I will get to my goals. But I'll never tell you what my goals are. Never. Never. There's a reason for that. Because people like to manipulate your goals. They say you can't get there. And then they influence your belief, because whatever you believe, you will achieve. And if you don't really believe it, then you're fucked. It won't work. It won't work if you don't really believe it. You've got to really believe it. We're under a lot of challenges in this world, and letting all million people come up across the border and change us and take away all our freedoms and giving everything to them and nothing to the veterans and nothing to the American people that are fighting for their life to survive and get by and just make it in this world by themselves or by their families or anything, and just get by and strive and get by in this world. But then you say, we'll give nothing to them. We'll just say, fuck them, and we'll give everything for the immigrants that come in. Free health care, free this, because you're control freaks. You want to control somebody, and you're finding that you can't control the American people, because the American people want to be controlled by themselves and want to have their freedoms. So you suck somebody else into it so you can keep it going for a while until they wake up. And then when they wake up, you're fucked again. So that's where that stands. You gotta be a fighter in this world. This world is a battle. It's a battleground where everything is a battleground. Um, the reason I was thrown out of the military is because of a woman. And that was the reason why I was thrown out of the military, because I'm a man. And because I had different ways of looking at things at the time. She could have shown me different things in the job and explained it to me better and shown me what was I need to do and what mistakes I was making instead of trying to blame me for doing them on purpose. And then it could have been solved. But she did the other way. She took on her authority and said I was doing it on purpose and going along that way. Because they couldn't suck you into their system, they fucking throw you out. That's why. But I got out on an honorable discharge, so I'm going to fight for that and keep that. And they ain't going to put me to no shame. I went to one of their dinners, an anniversary dinner for Post 95, and they says something like, the commander comes up and says something like, you shame, something about being ashamed, something. And have I completely got you in shame, put you in shame? And I says, it's going to take more than that, fucking that. I do not fall to your shames. I don't be ashamed for being what I want to be. I don't apologize for being what I want to be. I will stand for what I believe no matter what anybody says. I'm not going to be their puppet. I'm not going to fight for their things. I do believe in health. I don't believe in a lot of philosophies of boycotting things. Because lots of times when you're boycotting things, you're boycotting the healthier foods. And so you have to eat that junk food. So it's not always in boycotting things, because people have some things right and they know some things and they're perfect on some things, but they're bad on other things. So you could have some of the people selling the best food in the world with all loaded minerals and vitamins and everything else for you, and yet they're wrong on another subject, so you're going to boycott them. That's fucked up, man. That's fucked up. Just because you can't fucking make a deal with them and get by with them. But you don't want the world to become communist either. And you want to keep your freedoms. So there's got to be another way besides force your fucking beliefs down people's throats. Every time you try to force your beliefs down fucking people's throats, you turn them away. You fuck them up so they'll never be for you. And there's always other ways. There's always other ways to make them see your point over a period of time. People got their own opinions, they got their own beliefs. They see through their own eyes their perception of what the world is and what they're looking through, for what they're dealing with and the situations they're going through and what they've lived through in the past and the future. And you're not going to change it by force. So you force your fucking tyranny on like the Democrats are pushing right now. But that's not the way to go. That's not the way to go. There's another way to go. There's a way to save this goddamn United States. There's a way to save it without fucking converting it into some philosophy that one people want everything their way and they don't see anything the other way. And it's not going to work. It's just going to kill society and kill the whole fucking situation completely. That's not the way to go. My last name's Adjutant, so I respect the military. I think somewhere in the past that my name come from the military. But there's a lot of things I don't believe in the military that I'm not standing behind some fucking human being that says this is the way it is and this is the way it shouldn't be, because they don't always have all the answers, and all their knowledge is only good of what's been taught to them by their teachers, and their teachers don't know everything. Their teachers only perceive it in one way, so they teach it to the students, and the students only see it one way, and so they don't see the whole situation. And it's a situation of attitude and respect. Attitude and respect. And I'm willing to sing that we human beings are here put on Earth. Do we want to kill the Earth? No, we want to move to Mars, where we can fucking get up there and fight like hell against each other and kill Mars too, until we've killed the whole universe, one after another. We're out there to kill the Earth and then kill the universe, and one planet after the other, till it's all fucking destroyed. And that's the way to go? Wow! This sounds like a great deal. And what you got that I like Earth. I don't think I want to go to another planet. If they want to go to another planet, they can. But they're going to find that they're going to have the same goddamn problems that they had to face on Earth as they found on the other planets. So they're going to face the same problems no matter where they go. It's, wow, it's fantastic. Keep it up. Keep up the good battle. Fight the good fight. I work hard, and I'm going to work hard to accomplish everything I believe. If I got any problems, I'll get out of them. I'll fight my way out. I'll battle my way out. But I won't do it by cutting down other human beings and cutting their throats. There's a lot of corrupt, and the government's totally corrupt. So when you spend the whole 2 years prosecuting the president for nothing he's done, and just so you can keep your attitude on it, then you're a bunch of fucking hypocrites. The CIA is goddamn fucking corrupt. The whole system's corrupt. But you have to work in with the system. You have to battle. You have to fight like hell. Oh, yeah. Anytime they can come up to you, and if they don't like what you're saying, they can just lie about you. And after they lie about you, they'll throw you behind bars. And if they don't want to keep you in bars, they'll try to convert you. And then, so they say they're going to put you in the mental hospital. But you run back into the bars, and you close the door. So I'm staying here. But they send you to the mental hospital to try to convert you and psychotropic you so they can get you over to their beliefs and control you better and put you on their mind control machine where you do anything we say for anything we do. Wow, ain't that right? I believe in a justice system, but sometimes justice is not justice. Sometimes the evils and the laws that you create are not bad, are not bad law, and sometimes they're just fucking lies to put you behind the bars. So consider that. It's not always a good system. It's not always right, but that's the way it is, man. That's the way it is. So serve up your breakfast and do the best you can. And eat the best you can. If you can't afford to buy the most mineral developed food in the world with the most vitamins in it that cost you a lot of money, then buy the twig for a while. And when you get enough money and work your way up there, you'll buy the palace. And when the palace is enough there for you, you'll buy the fucking castle. And when the castle's enough there for you, you'll buy the more ones. And you do just the same way as anybody else would do. To do the best you can and to live the most healthiest that you can to make it by and do the right things in this world. But what are the right things? Are they your beliefs or are they somebody else's beliefs? And that's a flip on reality because of that. You got to have some morals. And I don't believe in the morals of running around and stealing people's wives and running around and having 9 million wives. running around and all that. And I'm not into that bunch of bullshit. It's corrupt. It'll mess you up. One woman's bad enough. If you gotta live with one woman, that's fucking terrible. You know what I mean? You're giving up some freedoms there. If you gotta live up with 9 women, you're giving up more freedoms. Unless you treat them like slaves like the Muslims do. And then when they treat them like slaves, they beat them and everything else and don't let them boss them around. And they don't have no rights to live at all. And they're slaves. So who's going to be the slave? Is it you or is it them? Well, who will make up our mind who's the next slave? Oh, yeah, we'll be a slave under the Muslim. 9 women slaves under the Muslim. And they're supposed to do what he tells them to do. All bold and thin. Cover your fucking face. Nobody can see you. Wow. Just the way to go. Slavery. I'm for freedom. I'm for against tyranny. And I'm not voting Democrat because of that. And I'm for freedom of health. Freedom to decide what I want to cure me. To take herbs and vitamins and supplements and other adaptogens and things to get better. I'm not against Chinese medicine. They didn't dare do it because they were communists. They do it because they wanted to be helpful and live longer. So I'm for that. I'm all for the Chinese medicine. And there's a lot of philosophies that Americans never looked at because they were so narrow-minded when they came over here. So narrow-minded that they only looked at one subject. And they didn't look at the other side. They never reviewed it. They never studied. They never looked into it. And they never saw both sides of the situation. So fight on. Fight with all your glory. And never let them shame you. Because if you get shamed, it's because you don't believe in yourself. And because you've lost your belief in yourself. And if they can shame you, they won because they've made you lost your belief in yourself and your character and your personality and your confidence. And they swayed it down to hell. So never let them shame you. And never let them take away your rights for freedom. Fight, 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 fight. Now, I work 3 jobs. My jobs are getting busier now times. I'm up to 4 days a week at Margaritas. I'm working at Hannaford's. I put in for another job at Hannaford's besides maintenance. So I'm working in produce too. So I'm doing some case cleanings early in the morning from 4 to 7, 4 to 8, and then I go over to maintenance and work over there, plus working at Home Goods and Margaritas. If there's anything you want, there's no way you're going to get it from a handout. You're going to make some fucking compromise. You're going to give it up. You'll never achieve it. You'll never get there. The only way you'll get there is if you stick to your guns and fight for it for the rest of your life. And give it all your fucking gut. Because that's where it stands. I'm not saying it's easy. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be the hardest thing you ever done in your life. And it's going to be even harder. And you're going to have to go on and challenge it. And you're going to have to come out of society. You're going to have to fight for what you want. And go for what you want. And come out of society. And that don't mean you don't have friends. That don't mean you don't deal with people. That don't mean you don't work in their public and you listen to their sounds. But even their music is fucking corrupt and will warp your brain. It's all fucking hypnosis. It's all brainwashed to make you do what they want you to do. That's what it's all about. And there's no way out unless you take the stand and say, I'm coming out of this society. I'm working in the society I'm dealing with things. I'm taking full control of my problems, and I'm going to do it myself with the knowledge that I collect from other people, and I'm going to accomplish this. I'm not going to hand it over to you. That's handing it over my control to you. And that's what they want. They want your control. And you keep hold of your control. And they'll keep hold of their control. But they should not be controlling you. So have a good day. This is Wizard Quai. I'm planting a garden this year. I'm doing a speech club. Oh, well, maybe I'll give my joke at the speech club or try it online. Nah, because I've never really give too many jokes online. But, and I can usually edge the public by telling what the joke is. But I get them online anyway. There was a guy that went into a bar, and he asked the bartender for a beer, saying, "Give me a beer before the problem starts." So the bartender gave him a beer. He drank his beer down over a period of time, and then he asked for another beer, saying, "Give me a beer before the problem starts." And so the bartender gave him another beer, and he did that one more time, asking for a beer for the problem starts, and he drank that down. And then then the bartender was getting a little confused over the matter, so he asked him, "When you going to pay for the beer?" And so the guy answered and says, "Now's when the problem starts." Good one. The problem starts. I think the problem's already started, but it's a different problem. We just got to learn how to solve it and live together. Besides breaking this world up and breaking this country up, we should not let everybody in the nation come up here free and get a bunch of freebies from all the money that we work for as Americans and giving it to them. If we work for it, we should get it back ourselves, not give it to some foreigner. They should work for it themselves. It's hard enough to live in this society. You have to fight to get by. And there's no saying, there's no free gift. You have to fight to get by, and they should have to fight to get by. Mercy, mercy, mercy. Oh, wow, mercy. There is mercy, but give them a job. Give them a hand up, not a handout. Give them a fishing pole to fish and catch their food, and teach them how to grow their food. But don't give them freebies foods, which are all depleted with pesticides and herbicides and GMOs and other things that are only going to poison them. And you say, "Well, we'll give you a good handout here. We give you a nice thing." Oh boy, we're giving you a nice thing. You get your free handout. It's a GMO. And it's a goddamn fucking so full of pesticides that they're going to have to first send you to the hospital so they can make money off of you. Wow, it's a great deal. It's a wonderful deal. I want to come out of that system. And I'm coming out slowly. And I'll keep on giving tapes. This tape is a little narrow-minded, I guess, but I've had 2 beers, so that's the way that stands. And I give that joke in front of the whole Toastmasters Club, and they enjoyed it. Then I've told it to dozens of people after that by themselves. And so, yeah, and I'm doing impromptus there, but all my videotapes online has helped me to do impromptus in front of the speech club, so I'll just keep on doing more of them. And I say, how many times do I say, but, whoa? I'm not really counting, but as I go on, I'll improve. So have a good day. This is Wizard Quai. You live the life you want to live. You be the unique you want to live. But always remember that they want to be the unique them they want to be, and they want to live. And try to get along with people and And hopefully we can make this world a better place and this country a better place without tearing it apart by inviting all the foreigners in that got a whole different philosophy of life than what we do. And it would only disrupt what we do. And it's no way to go. Have a great day. This is Wizard Quai, Robert A. Adjutant, signing off. Have a super great day. Bye.